Good afternoon, everyone. Doodlebug, how we doing? Norma Thomas, it's nice to have you here, Norma Thomas. Rosemarie, Eric G, how we doing, bud? Pretty Peaches, K-Town McVille, Just Shelly. Okay. All right. Um, let's see here. Give me 1 second, Eric G, and I'll read your comment. I have not decided if I'm going to go back to school, Eric G. I'm a bit of a procrastinator. How ironic is that? Penelope Pit Stop. How's it going? So I wanted to go over a couple of things here. I didn't talk about the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. For those of you who don't know, he's a 5-time NBA champion. Not that one of the reasons why I didn't talk about him was because I am not what you would call a diehard basketball fan. If basketball's on, I actually love watching basketball. I'm a big fan of when a game is on, I enjoy it, but I'm not the type of person to get even the slightest bit fanatical about it. I don't follow players. I don't follow management decisions. I don't follow any of these things because I don't care. It's just not something that really interests me all that much. And that's not to fault those who do. It's just something that doesn't really interest me very much. But I acknowledge the fact. I acknowledge 2 facts. Very, very, 2 very, very significant facts about Kobe Bryant. That he is a 5-time NBA champion. Very, very influential on the lives of young people as well as older people who just happen to be fans. But I also acknowledge the fact that he was accused of rape at some point in his career. And the reason why I'm bringing this up before anybody gets all riled up about it is the same reason why it's bothering me the same way that it's probably bothering you. You're hearing me say it, and at some point, I think the elephant in the room when Kobe died a few days ago was that nobody. And when I say elephant in the room, that term means it's the big thing that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody does. So I think the elephant in the room was that, and it was going to be funny to see. Not funny, but I think in the back of most of our minds, we were wondering, okay, who's going to be the asshole that's going to bring that up at this horrible, tragic time? This horrible time for his family, and somebody did. It wasn't me. That's not what I'm doing now. uh, I'm merely addressing the subject that um, I think should be addressed at this point because nobody's really speaking up about that. And I kind of got into it with someone that I very much care for on Facebook. I got into a little Facebook argument with someone just a little while ago, and it got me thinking. And there was an article. This person posted an article that said that people are being harassed for bringing up Kobe's rape allegations after his death. I'll say that again. People are being harassed for bringing up Kobe Bryant's rape allegations after his death. And so the in the light that this person was posting that in, the reason why they posted this was because he felt that it was horrible that this person was being harassed. I couldn't agree with him more. I'll just go ahead and say that before I continue. I think it's wrong to harass anyone. I don't think anyone should be harassed in any way, shape, or form, especially because of their opinions or their beliefs. Nobody should be harassed. So, we're. I think it's really funny. We have each one of us has a 400 trillion to one shot at being born. And I think that comes with a certain responsibility. And that responsibility is to try to be the best person that you can be. But it also comes with certain privileges. I think it comes with a given right to be able to live and let live, to be able to have your opinions, to be able to express those opinions freely. Uh, so um, it bothers me when I hear things like people being harassed. But here's the thing, though: when you tweet something like the person who is supposedly being harassed who is a woman's rights activist, which is great. It's a great thing. Um, you're a woman's rights activist, sure, and I think that's fantastic. Women have not been treated equally uh, ever. So kudos to that person for being a woman's rights activist. Absolutely, I think women should be able to stand up for their rights, to have equal rights on many different matters, on most matters. And now, this person, I believe the tweet, I'll try to quote it. It was right after he died. It was right after the crash. It was really, really an unsettling time to do this. And the tweet said, uh, Kobe Bryant was a rapist. Don't forget, y'all, or something to that effect. What's up, Save Robbie? Hey, Sunny Winters, Jack's mom. And so I think it's fair to say that the timing for that was completely inappropriate. Um, and there's also the fact that Kobe Bryant was never charged or convicted of rape. Um, he did make a public statement. Uh, it's argued that that was an admission to what he did. Uh, I didn't read it that way when I read it just 10 minutes ago. But the issue is, to me, uh, He's dead. Kobe Bryant is dead. What good? And I want you to really think about this. What good does it do to bring that up now? What does that solve? What justice does that bring? Does it bring social justice? No. No. No, it doesn't. It doesn't bring social justice because the man is dead. You can't do anything about it now. But the reason why it does damage is because the man had a very large and loving family who took pride in him and his accomplishments, as any loving family would if you had accomplished the things that you accomplished, if you accomplished the things that he accomplished, I should say. So I don't I don't see how it's appropriate to bring that up. I don't see how it's and I'm gonna get to that too, Danette Costa. I don't see what good it does. So there's also the fact that Kobe's 13-year-old daughter was in that helicopter as well, and she died. And controversy about the fact that because Kobe was in that helicopter, the other families that were in that helicopter, the other victims of that crash, also died, and it's it's already controversial that because Kobe was in that helicopter with them, nobody seems to care about them. Well, that's just not true. The reason why millions of people aren't mourning them the way they're mourning Kobe is because Kobe did not. These people did not accomplish the things that Kobe did. I'm not one accomplishment is more important than another. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the accomplishments that Kobe got, that Kobe made, were accomplishments that got worldwide recognition from millions of people. So that's why millions of people mourn him and not those people. As tragic as it is that they died, that's why. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But it's also inappropriate to bring up these rape allegations because the fact of the matter is his family had already gone through the shame and embarrassment of this, and now he's dead. So what's your end game by bringing this up? Is your end game to make his family go through it all over again on top of mourning not only his death, but his daughter's death? So two people, one of them being a child and the other being the entire pride of their family, is now dead. And they died in a helicopter crash. It wasn't like Kobe was drunk and ran a car into a tree. It wasn't like Kobe strangled his daughter and then killed himself. It wasn't anything of that nature. It was poor. It was bad luck. I mean, it could have been somebody's fault for sure, but we're not here to talk about whose fault it was. The fact of the matter is, it was accidental. It was not intentional. And not only now they have to deal with mourning this man and have to live with paying this man as much respect as they possibly can, carrying the weight of the millions of people mourning him as well. And carrying on an image in order to mourn the way society deems fit in a situation like that, so that they're socially accepted in the future and they're not embarrassed and they don't embarrass themselves. They have to carry that pressure too. So they have to mourn for not only themselves but for millions of people as well. And they have to mourn a little girl on top of it. A little girl who was never accused of rape, who wasn't old enough to be accused of anything. So what's your end game? When you tweet something like that, what's your end game? Now, I get fighting people getting raped. Obviously, that's a horrible thing. Somebody's, and it's even worse if somebody gets away with it. Sure, but there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of people out there. What was the end game for bringing up Kobe specifically? Personally, I think it was just to get hits on her tweet, just to get comments on her tweet, get attention. That's what I think. And I'll go ahead and say that. I don't think anything productive. That's the closest thing to a productive result that can come from that. I don't think that anybody I don't think that can make any difference in society is by attacking a man who's dead already, because all you're doing really is attacking a mourning family. A mourning family who's not only dealing with the death of this man who's the pride of their family, but dealing with his 13-year-old daughter's death too. Dealing with a child being dead in that family who will never grow up to achieve anything of her own. And you're taking away from the tragedy of that. You're taking away from the chance for this family to have to acknowledge that and learn how to live with it and move on. A family who already went through the shame and embarrassment of the pride of their family being accused of rape. It doesn't matter if he did it or not. It doesn't matter if he did it or not at this point, because his family had nothing to do with that. His family had nothing to do with his actions. But yet they're the only ones here to suffer for those actions. So why do that? Why do that to them? That baffles me. So I think when you start to focus on things like Kobe's rape allegations, I think that's something that you should think about and take into consideration when you do. So that's all I have to say about the Kobe thing. I just wanted to say that because I think it kind of needed to be said. Another thing I wanted to bring up today was, you guys know me. You guys know that I enjoy collaborating with other creators, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I like to I like to pick the brains of people who come on here and talk about what they do. I like things to kind of seep over from one channel to another here and there once in a while. I think it makes for entertaining conversation. I think it makes for insight, and I've talked about this before, but I'm realizing that I'm going to have to bring this up once in a while, because I get new subscribers, I get new listeners, and I was listening to Shipwreck Beck last night. Shipwreck Beck, actually, I absolutely love her insight. Her live last night was very entertaining. I didn't catch the end of it. I had to leave for work and shut down and do everything while that was happening, while she was finishing what she was doing. But what I did get to listen to, I really, really enjoyed. And she mentioned something about she had a personal issue with her referring to her listeners as subscribers. And I can see that. I get that. but it got me thinking about the term subscribers, and I just wanted to explain why I'm okay with using the word subscribers, because I think I see it as a positive thing. I see my subscribers as I think there's a it's I find it endearing, not minimizing. Um, the reason why I find the term subscribers endearing is because it implies a commitment to me. It implies a commitment to having a certain level of faith in what I'm going to do for you here. That you when you hit a subscribe button, that means I want to know what this person has to say from here on out. So I feel nothing but gratitude for that. So someone who has subscribed to me and me acknowledging them as a subscriber, to me, it's a compliment. It's endearing. It comes from a place of gratitude. So thank you for anyone who has subscribed to me, and I hope that I follow through with my end of with my end of our exchange, with my part in that. I hope that I deliver the entertainment and the insight that you look for when you hit the subscribe button to me. So I'm proud to call you subscribers. So thank you. But also, I want to make it very, very clear that going back to my point that I was bringing up about collaborating with other subscribers, I love doing that. I've always loved doing that, and I don't see any subscribers as an enemy. And I want to be very clear about this. I want you guys to try to understand why. So I'm going to do my best to explain it, even though there's a chance I may fail in explaining it well. But I want the chance to explain that I don't have any enemies on YouTube here, other creators. There are people who I may or may not choose to collaborate with, but that doesn't make them my enemy. It doesn't mean that I wish ill on them. It doesn't mean that I wish failure on them. As a matter of fact, I wish everyone here success. I think that if you have the guts to get up here and go on camera or stay off camera, whatever you choose, but put a mic in front of you and talk about things and share intimate things about yourself, or even just intimate insight, things that you mull over in your head and you share with all these people that are sitting here with the expectation of, okay, entertain me, go. That's what's going on here, and that's great. That's okay, because I'm happy to try to step up to that challenge. And the thing is having that attitude also comes with other things. Having that type of attitude and feeling that way about what I do here on YouTube also affects how I feel about other people on YouTube and other creators. I have a certain respect for them, and the minimum of showing that respect the minimum that I can do to show that respect is not interfere in their personal lives, not even acknowledge things that go on in their personal lives. I choose to focus simply on what they do here and what they want to do here. And sometimes they'll involve their personal lives on here. And when they do that, it's just something that they have it's their business to do. They have the right to do it. I just prefer not to listen to it. It doesn't interest me. That's a creator that I'm probably just not going to subscribe to, right? Because I'm probably not going to get anything from that, because I'm not interested in your personal lives. I don't want people to be interested in my personal life. My personal life is my personal life, my business. What I choose to put on here is what you have a right to know. I couldn't say that any plainer. I couldn't put that any more simply. I'm going to say that one more time. What I choose to put on here on my channel is what you have a right to know about me. Nothing beyond that. So therefore, I give any other creator who has a YouTube channel the same respect. Anybody who has a social media account, I give them the same respect. What they choose to put on and out there on social media is what I have a right to know, and nothing beyond that. Nothing behind that, nothing beyond that. So when I get messages from troll accounts that are giving me personal information, details of someone's personal life, uh, I'm not interested, man. I'm just not interested. I'm not even going to thank you for the courtesy, because I think what you're doing, it's coming from a really shitty and cowardly place. So normally I would say, hey, thanks, but no thanks. But I'm not even going to say thanks. I'm not even going to say no thanks. I'm going to tell you to fuck right off. I don't care. I don't want to know about someone's personal life. I don't want to know which creators have that have good or bad relationships with their family members. I don't care to know any of these things. I don't care to know drama in other people's lives. I'm not interested in these things. And it's rude, frankly. It's rude, but it's cowardly. It's mostly cowardly because it's always from a sock account. It's always from someone with some ominous bullshit name and some ominous bullshit avatar, if any avatar at all. So I'm not interested. Nothing that you say to me, first of all, I want to just continue saying, I'm not interested in those things because they're none of my business. I don't need to know that. But here's the thing. The reason why you choose to use a stock account to tell me these things is because you already know this. You already know that it's wrong to spread that information. You already know that it's not your place to spread that information. So therefore, you choose to be anonymous because you don't want anybody looking at you like some piece of shit who feels the need to spread other people's business out there. That's it. That's the only reason. That is the reason you choose to use an alias. That is the only reason you choose to be anonymous. So I don't have any, there's nothing that you're going to say to me that's going to have any merit, because it comes from a very, very empty place. There's that when you use a fake name and a fake avatar or no avatar at all, because some people get creative with their avatars. They're not trying to hide who they are. They just, you know, they 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 put avatars that are scenes from movies. That's okay. You know, I'm not faulting that. Some creators that I respect very much do that. But when it's clear that you've created an account simply to spread gossip about other people, about people doing things that you never in a million years would ever have the balls to do yourself. When you have that going on, uh, what happens is and it's scientific. It's not even an opinion. When you do that, what you do is you eliminate your own identity. You eliminate your own identity, which eliminates any substance to what you have to say to me or anyone else. I don't give a fuck what you have to say, because it's not coming from anyone real. It's not coming from a soul. It's not coming from a heart. It's not coming from someone saying, I'm me and I have strong feelings about this. None of that substance is there. So what in blue perfect fucking hell makes you think that I am going to take anything that you have to say to me seriously or as a courtesy? I don't understand that. I don't understand what you choose to accomplish by doing that. Because what it is, it's insulting to me. It's insulting to me that you take me for somebody who would find some sort of substance or merit in what a sock account has to say. It's like telling me that I believe in Santa Claus. It's like telling a grown man that he believes in Santa Claus, that he's naive and stupid. That's what it's like. By you creating some bullshit, ominous identity that is no one, and then telling me things that are supposed to have some sort of substance to them. Um, but by telling me these things, you're insulting me. You're insulting me because you're taking me for somebody who would actually find substance in these things. And I don't. I don't. I'm smarter than that. I don't care what you have to say. You're nobody. You're literally nobody. You are literally nobody. When you have no name or no face, you are nobody. You mean dick. Less than. So I'm not interested. So and I'm saying this not because uh it makes me mad. It doesn't make me mad. Um this is, believe it or not, coming from a place of empathy. I'm basically imploring you to do something better with yourself and don't waste your time. Don't waste your time doing this because I don't think you realize it. I think that you're sitting there. I think when I picture someone doing this, who has no face or no name, but I picture someone being a completely and totally meaningless and significant and lacking any significance to the world at all. That's how I picture you, A. And B, I picture you sitting there so proud of yourself, typing on your phone and doing whatever you're doing, or typing on your keyboard or whatever device you're using to spread this information. I see you completely and totally proud of yourself and pleased with yourself, as if you're doing someone some good. But you're not. You're not doing anybody any good by doing that. So I'm not fucking interested, man. Don't waste your time. I mean, it's a waste of my time, but I'm okay with that. That's not it's, people waste my time all the fucking time. That's the world I live in. That's what people do. I know I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're doing. Maybe I'll stop one of you. Maybe I'll inspire one of you to actually find something better to do with yourself. Hopefully. That's the purpose of me doing this live right now. Hopefully. But I'm a realist. I understand that probably won't happen. I understand that people always have some sort of excuse to justify their behavior. They always do. But I'm explaining to you as clearly and as simply as I possibly can that when you approach me using a sock account, I find no sense in anything you have to say, because there's no substance to who you are. Period. So I hope. I hope you figure something out. I hope you find something better to do with yourself. But when and I'll go ahead and explain something, even though I don't need to explain this. I'm not required or obligated to explain this, but I'm going to do it as a courtesy anyway. I'm going to do it just to be a nice guy. Um, when I collaborate with other creators, it's because I enjoy their content. It's because their content entertains me. So I choose to collaborate with these other creators because I think it's interesting to see what my content blended with their content, what kind of content that might create. I'm interested to see that. And I I have a responsibility to my subscribers and my listeners. I have a responsibility to them to try to provide them with content. And for me to be true to myself, I have to trust my instincts as far as making those kind of decisions. So I think that the majority, at least the majority, because I know you're always going to do something that somebody doesn't like. That's the world we live in. Again, you're going to do things that somebody doesn't like. That's always going to happen. Somebody's always going to do something, though, that you're not going to like. And that's the world you live in. And that's something you're just going to have to fucking live with. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You can try to push the rain back up into the sky. Or you could just get a fucking umbrella. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not interested in these things. I love collaborating with other creators because I think it makes for interesting content and it entertains me. I like to pick these people's brains, but I don't dig into their personal lives. I don't do that because I'm not interested. I'm interested in what they do here on YouTube. I'm interested in the things that they tell me it's okay to know. So I don't need to know these things. I'm not at war with anybody. This isn't a drama channel. I'm not trying to do that stuff. Take that shit somewhere else, man. Take that shit to somebody who actually gives a fuck. Because I don't. I like to collaborate with other creators because I enjoy their content. Sometimes I enjoy their content because it inspires me. Sometimes I enjoy their content because it makes me laugh. Sometimes it makes me laugh because they're creatively humorous. Sometimes it makes me laugh because they're dead fucking stupid. But regardless, I listen to content because it entertains me in whatever way that it tends to entertain me. Like people like you listen to content, and I'm talking about you trolls. You listen to content because it makes you mad, because you like to be mad, because you like to be mad at something and you like to pout about something. But most importantly, you like to bitch about things. Instead of doing something better for yourself, you choose to bitch about the things that other people are doing. I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a personal trainer and I'm telling you, this is what you got to do, you tell me, hey, I got to lose weight and I got to do it. And I want to feel better about myself. And I say, okay, well, this is what you got to do. And then you start telling me, yeah, that doesn't work for me because of this and this and this. I can't do that because of this and this and that. Well, that's what it's going to take. So you can either put in the work to reach the goal that you just told me. I didn't tell you this is what you needed to do. You came to me and said, this is what you need. So you can either put in the work to get there because I just gave you step by step the instructions on what you need to do, or you could just quit fucking bitching about it. Start being happy with yourself. Start figuring out how to be happy with yourself and how you are. But when you make that third choice for yourself, that includes bugging me and fucking with my peace of mind and fucking with my personal environment and my vibe, man, no, that's not an option. That's not an option. So save yourself the trouble, because what I'm going to end up doing when you send me information like this is I'm just going to block you. When I see it, you're just going to get blocked. There's not going to be a timeout. There's not going to be a warning. Anybody who's modding my channel, if I don't get to you first, they're going to get to you. And they're just going to they're going to delete your comment and block you. That's it. And then I never have to see you again until you come into my chat with another bullshit avatar and some bullshit account. And when you do come in there, that'll get blocked too. Because the thing is I can always spot you by what you say. You can come in here fucking using fucking elves like you did yesterday. That was fucking hilarious, by the way. Because I mean, and I don't mean hilarious because it was creative. It was fucking stupid, and you looked as stupid as you were using a little gang of elf trolls in my chat. How the fuck is anybody going to take you seriously doing that? That's still, I'm baffled by that. But it made me laugh. It made me laugh, and it made everybody in the chat laugh. But you accomplished nothing. You accomplished absolutely nothing. Right? So you're not going to accomplish anything by doing these things. What's up, Bobby? Hey, Breakfast Club. So, yeah, you're simply not going to accomplish anything by these actions. And what you're going to do, you're going to be putting in, this is a fact, you're going to be putting in mathematically way more work than I'm putting in by blocking you. By having to go out and create another account, or going through all the shit that you go through, which is buy burner phones and do all this shit to do what? To drop a comment in my chat trying to dox somebody. Because that shit's only valid. That shit's only valid if anybody's interested in that information. I'm not interested in that information. So here you are putting out information that nobody's interested in. So at least nobody here is interested in it. Not my subscribers, not my listeners. They're not interested in the kind of shit that you're trying to do. At least the majority of them aren't. And the few that are, you know what they do? They end up getting bored with me and moving on to some other channel that is interested in that kind of shit. Because I'm not going to address it or talk about it. I don't know what you expect me to do. Think I give a shit if somebody whose content I like has a bad relationship with their family? You think I give a fuck about that? Why would I give a fuck about that? What does that do for me? What does that do for you? I mean, maybe it does. It obviously does something for you, but I'm not interested in understanding what that is. I'm simply not. So yeah, I mean, so you're putting in way more effort and work than I am to just simply blocking you. So you're not accomplishing anything. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money if you're going out and buying burner phones. You're just wasting your time. So I'm telling you this as a courtesy. You know, find something that gets you something. You know what I'm saying? Find something that gets you something. Because this is rewarding for me. Collaborating with these creators that you feel the need to trash to me in private and send me emails and drop comments, and that doesn't do anything for me. You know, that's just not interested, man. So don't waste your time. You know, send that to somebody who does care. You know, because you're not going to accomplish anything by you're not going to accomplish anything by telling me this stuff, because I don't care. I don't care about it. So Yeah, man. Um, I just wanted to share that with you. Um, and I appreciate everybody for logging on. I got to get to the gym. But I love you guys very much. I even got chicken cooking on the stone. I got a stove. I got to go get that. But anyway, I love you guys a lot. And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for hanging out. All that stuff. You guys are amazing. Those of you who have donated to the PayPal, I appreciate that too. And we will do this again very, very soon. All right. I hope you guys have a great day.